Our next story is a continuation of election security coverage as primaries quickly approach in both Illinois and Indiana.
Nicole Christine brings us the story of local officials trying to make elections run as seamlessly as possible and ways voters can help avoid security issues.
Election security has become a pretty hot button issue, especially from 2016.
The 2016 election season revealed a vulnerability in the state of Illinois.
And the Illinois State Board of Elections did have a hack in the voter registration database, so it is something that we are mindful of.
Clark County Clerk Laura Lee says thorough training is now implemented for election workers.
We are trying to update our equipment and do our due diligence in getting everything updated so that this won't happen. In training, employees don't click on that link, in an email that you don't know the person, or even if you do know the person, it's not a look at the address.
And if a problem does occur, there's a task force dedicated to handling that problem.
So we just have to call Springfield, and they got people situated all around the state. Plus our election vendor has people here with us on site. So we know that we will get a response very quick.
Security concerns can sometimes trickle down to the way voters choose to cast their ballot.
Here in Clark County, voters have the option to use paper ballots like these or to vote electronically. But even with the evolution of electronic voting, Laura Lee says that most people choose the paper option.
FBI agent Michael Alford says there are infamous accounts that put into question the security of paper ballots.
I voted in the 2000 election in Florida, and for those people who might remember back then, there was a lot of issues with hanging chads, multiple recounts. At the end of the day, I don't know that the paper ones are any more secure than digital votes at this point.
Having some sort of tangible backup was another part of Illinois' response to the 2016 database hack.
The actual voting part of it is not out on the internet per se. Our tabulators that tabulate the votes are data cards that have been programmed by our election vendor and sent to us securely. And then beyond that too, even when a voter does vote and puts their ballot in the tabulator, if something was to go wrong there is a paper backup of all those votes in the state of Illinois.
And when it comes to election interference involving inaccurate political ads, some states have written into law that candidates can't knowingly participate in that kind of advertising.
So the state of Minnesota, for example, has this honest appeals in the ads, and if you don't make an honest appeal, you can be sued in the state of Minnesota court system.
FBI agent Ben LaBuzz says voters can do their part in ensuring secure elections by staying informed.
One of the things from 2016 was the incorrect voting location being put out, and sometimes that can be an honest mistake, and sometimes that can be malicious. And so just being aware of where to vote, when to vote.
LaBuzz adds that there are several entities committed to make sure your vote counts.
The states work hard, the counties work hard, and the federal government, numerous agencies work very hard to ensure that every vote is counted.
And for much more information on the subject of election security, including Agent Alford's tips for voters to ensure that their voter information stays secure, go to our website. That is mywabashvalley.com.